Alright, here we are. Whoa, now it's pink and checkerboard. Was it like that last time? I don't remember that. I don't remember this window was another room either. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. What if I try and use this screen? Okay, what if I try and use my bag? Okay, whatever.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I'm very concerned about these pink boxes. And I don't remember all the windows.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Gonna go in the door on the right this time.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Okay.
And like that, he was back on track.
These boxes are freaking me out. Are they supposed to be here?
As Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
What the... Is that just some
Coming
kind
to
of
a
texture
staircase,
glitch or...
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now let's see what I'm supposed to do up here if I'm not supposed to open the safe.
Entering his manager's office, Stanley
What?
was once again stunned to
What?
discover not an indication of any human life.
What?
It was at this point that he began to feel dizzy and a little sick, and even thought he might pass out when suddenly he noticed a keypad next to the filing cabinet
What?
in the corner of his boss's office. Stanley had never seen this panel before and had no idea what combination of numbers would produce any
If I could
result.
see the numbers.
In fact, only Stanley's boss knew this, since the panel withheld access to the boss's greatest, darkest secret. And so he had assigned the keypad a combination that only he could possibly know. The number of his freshman dorm number in college.
You see, he's not the only person who can know that.
1957. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Cool. So what now? Do I leave? Are we done here?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the keypad was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 1957. One, nine.
I heard you!
7.
God, I don't want to do it though. Seven, 5, 9, 1. Ooh! Are you mad, narrator? Are you mad? You seem upset. I'm looking you right in your stupid eye. He's mad. Isn't that right, Globe? Can I sit down? Like, is this Skyrim? Can I just be like... I'm sitting in a chair. So... Okay, fine, I'll put in the numbers.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
I'm
code
amazed
by
I could
sheer
actually...
luck.
Actually, I'm not really that
Amazing.
amazed.
Stanley
I just had to
ventured
know
forth
where the
into
numbers are on a
newly
calculator.
opened passage.
I mean...
As he drew deeper into the bowels of the building,
Yep,
Stanley had no idea
where
he was
or what this place held.
And just as he began to think he might not discover a thing, he emerged into a long room to find
A bunch of pink
rows
boxes.
and rows of monitors. Screens with a number above it. Stanley noticed, however, that these were not random numbers, but the number
Isn't
of
mine
employees
that one? I
who
can't
worked
remember.
in the building. His
Because the
co-workers.
texture is
Even his
freaking
own
out.
number, 427, had a place on the wall. But why a setup so elaborate, he asked. Was this simple surveillance or something even more? And as if in answer to his question, the wall slid open before him, revealing the ultimate truth of the situation. An enormous control panel Stanley discovered, but not one that controlled simple machinery. Buttons were labeled with emotions.
Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna
Happy,
flip the switch
sad.
to happiness this
Levers
time.
and knobs controlled actions. Walking, eating, doing work, or watching TV. Every input on this device monitored not the functions of a machine.
I'm not sure if that was
human
just lag,
being.
because my frame rate didn't change at all.
And the reality
that was
began to
just
sink in.
Meant to trip me out.
Stanley, like so many other people, reduced to images on a monitor, had been under someone's control, always at the mercy of this machine. Could this have been the only reason employee number 427 was content with his boring job? That a machine had altered his emotions to accept it blindly? He began to feel an unbridled rage, and at the peak of his anger, something happened. A spark. Stanley looked up and saw the generator overhead, still providing some small amount of power to the machine, keeping it alive. And knowing that this generator was all that kept the controls running, Stanley moved to the ladder in the back of the room and began to climb towards the rafters.
God, this is... I feel like those buttons are there for a reason. Why else would I be able to push
The
them?
higher Stanley climbed, the closer he felt to freedom, the further from enslavement.
Oh God, I can't read them now. So this was American freedom, right? And this was happiness? Alright, let's go happiness.
Oh,
Made it blackout.
Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After it kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control?
No, I just wanted to be happy.
Stanley. Stanley. I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were meant to let it go, turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you have. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized that he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Oh, let's make it say, 2 minutes. Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? Go ahead, play with those controls all you like. The real controls are where I'm sitting.
I'm gonna F you up,
Did you
narrator.
really ever believe you held any power? Did you not think I knew what I was doing? When I erased your co-workers and turned off the machine, I was offering you freedom, an escape. I didn't have to do that. I've run this story many times, and I don't always set you free. Sometimes you just sit there, day after day after day, doing your job forever, and then dying alone. But when I actually give you the freedom to control your own actions, it's not enough. I let you go, and you trapped yourself just the same. You just weren't made to handle this sort of responsibility, I'm afraid. But you know what you were made for? Pushing buttons.
I realize that I'm pushing buttons.
You get it now? Oh, I'm enjoying this. Tell you what, I'll throw some extra time on the clock just because I'm having so much fun.
I will screw you up,
go.
narrator.
You see, I want to watch you for every long second you try to puzzle this out. After all, it should make sense, right? The timer, the nuclear detonation, the mysterious facility, it's all here. This is a video game. Except for one thing there, hero. You've got no weapon, no vehicle. You don't even know where you're going.
That's pretty true.
When you saw
I don't
that
even know if I'm
timer,
actually
you just
Stanley. I could be Herbert
instinctively
Moon.
started trying to find an exit, didn't you? In fact, I bet you're still looking for a way out.
Gosh!
I bet you're clicking on everything in this room, trying to open doors or vents or something and solve the puzzle. As though this game has a solution, as though it can be won. That timer is not a catalyst to keep things moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. This is not a challenge.
That's my room.
It's a tragedy. It's the moment when the hero realizes that despite his best efforts, he is powerless to his environment.
No!
Then
Come on.
he lets go. He surrenders. And he dies.
What? You see, that's not gonna happen though, because
30 seconds, Stanley. 30 seconds. Until a boom. And then nothing.
Ah, jeez.
No
Oh,
ending to
jeez.
this
Ah,
story, just
jeez.
you dying. I suppose you could have gotten an actual ending if you played along, but that just wouldn't have been
I
your
already did that
style, would it?
though! I already
Instead,
did that though.
you'll perish knowing that the only choice you made here was to turn on that machine and to start this timer.
I thought I was
But you won't
turning
be
the machine on to
alone,
make
because
me
I'm not going anywhere.
brain freed all the time.
I'll be here to watch every second of your inevitable
You mean the
life
last 5 of
from
them?
the time we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Darn it. Let's run it again.